whenever there was an issue, and in those days the issues were mostly against the Congress because the Congress was in power. Whenever there was a public grievance, whenever things were done in utter disregard to public goodwill or public interests, gut issues. Generally nowadays, the people will be in the streets if there is a so-called insult to religious feelings, or if there is an insult to Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, they will be immediately on the streets raising a ruckus. But when serious issues of public interest, importance take place, no one reacts. You see, government has now issued a notification wherein land prices have been increased virtually 3 to 4 times for the purpose of registration of sale deeds. Now, for instance, in my own village of Majorda, the base price is fixed at 15,000 rupees per square meter, when it was less than 4,000 square meters till yesterday. So there is a nearly 400% increase. Now this is a huge burden on the public who buys and those who sell, and I will explain how. You see, in the first place, I do not see how land prices could have shot up 400% within a matter of 2 years. And it also shows that the government is least bothered with Goan people. You see, the government must endeavor to make land available for people for housing at lesser rates. Now this is done only to enable big parties from Delhi to come and grab our land. It is virtually putting our land beyond the reach of local people. And the consequence is that now you will have to pay 4 times more stamp duty and registration fees. And on top of that, you see, even suppose the land price is 10,000 rupees per square meter, then you will still have to pay stamp duty at 15,000 rupees per square meter and registration fee at 15,000 rupees per square meter. In other words, you are paying more by way of registration fee and stamp duty than actually the price you are paying for the land. Now, in addition to it, if X sells his land at rupees 15,000 or at let's say 10,000, the stamp duty payable is on 15,000. And once you pay stamp duty on 15,000, the capital gain tax will be on 15,000. Even though you have not received that much of money, you have to pay capital gains as if you have sold a land at 15,000 rupees per square meter to the income tax department. So we are being pressed on all sides. This is a very serious issue. Now, strangely, Margaon, they have fixed the land price at 20,000 rupees a square meter. Now, in Margaon, there are different types of land. There is land with 100 FER, with 150 FER, with 200 FER, and with 250 FER, where you can build up to 6 or 7 stories. Therefore, land prices are higher here. Now, in my own village of Majorda, FER is 60. So, on a land of 1,000 square meters, you can only build 600. Whereas in Margaon, where the FER is 250, on a land of 1,000, you can build 2,500 square meters. You can go up in the air. Now, therefore, land prices in Margaon should have been very higher. This is again done to help the big builders, because small men cannot buy in Margaon now. See, the whole thing is completely lopsided. And this also shows that the government is out, is faced with revenue deficit. They want to raise finances from the common man by increasing the price of housing, which is just unbelievable. I had expected that the government would come out with a scheme where housing for local people would be reduced, prices would be reduced, because that is what government always promises, cheap houses. But today, it is virtually impossible for a small man working in Goa to buy land at 15,000 rupees square meter or a flat at almost 1 crore of rupees. And no one is doing anything. Even political parties are generally silent. They just make a statement and disappear. It is for the people of Goa to stand up. I am completely disgusted with the people, not with the government. Government does such things when they know that the people will not react. A government only responds to the reaction of the public. As long as the public just keeps quiet, this is what is going to happen. We are going to be deprived of everything that we own and everything that we hope for. So I would call upon all political parties, all activists to rise up and raise this issue until the prices are brought to a reasonable level. The government cannot use us to raise revenue, and if there is a revenue shortage, it is because of corruption. Absolutely because of corruption. Let government reduce corruption, they will get more income. All officers are making money, huge amounts of money, which would otherwise go to the government. So, as far as I am concerned, I have called this press conference after reading this gazette because it is completely, unbelievable, completely unjustifiable that prices should rise 400%. I do hope and trust that the people of Goa will gather forces and challenge this government on this issue.
Doctor, how you would take it as a solution to solve this problem?
No, see, this problem can be solved by the public by electing a responsive government. Our public in Goa, the electorate, has always been electing the same people again and again, and we are getting the same thing repeated again and again. There is no solution with this government because they are least bothered with the people. The solution was there when the elections came. People re-voted the same people. Same government, same policies, same exploitation is repeated. I don't see any solution for this. Not so long as the public does not get together to elect a responsive government.
युदो तुक दिसा हे आता हे रिटीची आम गोंयकारांक घेवपा जातली गोंयची भाटां ओन्ली दिल्ली वाले घेतले.
That is why the prices, this whole thing is scheming to enable Delhi people or outside people to buy land in Goa and to push us into the sea. But if the people don't understand, what can I do? You see, my feeling is in Goa, the Catholics are least bothered now because earlier it was the Catholic who used to fight. Most of them have migrated. And the Goan Hindu, the subaltern caste, are happy with the job of a peon or a clerk. They will go and prostrate before a minister. This is a routine matter. And if you are given a job, you are willing to sell our land for it. Unfortunate part. No one in Sanjay or Bisholi or Satari or Penne is willing to come out on the streets because they are all obliged to the ministers to give jobs to their children. This is a sad state of reality in Goa. And everybody from there is a public servant. They are all involved in making racketeering. And no one wants to stand up and fight them.
Doctor, you raised the issue of jobs.
Yeah.
Now there is a job scam issue.
This issue has been there for long. I know of lawyers who have paid this lady to make them mamlatdar. If lawyers pay someone to make him a mamlatdar, just imagine what sort of mamlatdar he will be. This news everywhere. I know people who have lawyers who have paid money to this girl, Puja or whoever it is, for the post of mamlatdar. And I don't believe that it was happening without the knowledge of the government or already someone in the government. It is a racket being run. And in a way, most of those who have been cheated are people who are BJP supporters only.